Just a quick follow-up here today to my flicker visualization video from the other day. What I was curious to see was whether a solar panel would work instead of using a photoresistor, and in this case I've got it hooked up to a 9-volt battery. Essentially this is the same circuit I used in the last time. I think the resistor value is a little different, might be 300 ohms. Doesn't really matter, you just have to have something in that range in there. So what I've got is I've got two oscilloscope probes hooked up. Channel A, which you'll see is yellow on the scope, is hooked up to the same circuit I used last time, and channel B is hooked up to the solar panel. So let's have a look at what we get over here on the scope. As you can see, we're seeing the same thing, and I should say I've got it set up at DC this time instead of, actually no, sorry, I do have them set up at AC. It doesn't really matter, it just affects where the centering is. And one thing that I'll just stop that so it's not wiggling around. One of the things that I didn't quite catch last time is that it's not in fact a sine wave. What you're looking at is 120 hertz, where 0 is at the bottom, and you have light come up on each half of the sine wave. So if you visualize it like that, it's not really a sine wave, and then we would expect that these spots here at the bottom of the waveform represent the blanking portion, or where the light is out. So you can see that with this, and I'm using, once again, this light here, which is a conventionally ballasted, so a magnetic ballast fluorescent just for this purpose. And you can see that the sine wave goes up and then it goes down quite smoothly. And you can also see that if you look at the solar panel, it visualizes this quite well. What I was worried about with the solar panel is that there might be enough capacitance in the whole thing that it would make visualizing this difficult, but that doesn't seem to be the problem. And that means that the circuit essentially just consists of a solar panel right there, and one can mess around with that as one likes. Anyhow, I thought that was interesting. Make it active again. It gives you another possibly easier way to visualize this. I think if you look at the upper curve, it's a little bit cleaner. And you can see that at the that we're only looking at a few millivolts in the other, so there's more noise on the signal. Of course, that would depend on how close you have the solar panel to your light source. Anyway, hope that's interesting. That's another way to do it, and certainly easier to set up. Have a good afternoon.